So for the longest time, I had no idea why, as an industry, we cupped coffee. It didn't really make sense to me because I always thought to myself, no one at home drinks coffee like this. So why, as an industry, do we cup coffee? So today, I'm just cupping some samples from El Salvador, just scraping the crust off. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about why the industry cups coffee, why it could be fun for you to cup coffee at home, and that's pretty much it. I made a tutorial video about how to cup coffee, so that's not really important right now, but why we cup coffee. So we cup coffee to assess the quality of if you're a roaster, you're gonna assess the quality of different roasts. If you are a green bean buyer, you're gonna assess the quality of different crops. And you could be doing it for a whole other variety of reasons. At home, I think it's useful to cup coffee to decide kind of what coffee maybe you like, maybe what coffee you're gonna start buying. And the reason why we cup is because the process is standardized. It's a very simple process, grams to hot water, little stir, sends the coffee to the bottom, scrape the top off and done, usually about 4-minute brew time. So, cupping is used to standardize the process, because if you're cupping, let's say 20 coffees, for example, if you're buying green lots, you might cup, let's say 6 at a time. You will run into issues of consistency if you're making pour overs or something like that with all of them. Your kettle circles are different. Was the water temperature the exact same? It's very hard to standardize a process like that. The same thing would definitely go for espresso. If you're trying to pull shots of espresso for like 10 different coffees and compare them all, it'd be nearly impossible to compare them. Just because, the grind's different, there's grinder retention, there's all these variables. So cupping kind of evens the playing field and takes the extraction method out of the entire process. So if you're at home and you're trying to buy some coffee and you're trying to kind of tune in your palate, I would suggest going out, getting 4 or 5 different coffees and cupping them all. So do a simple cupping and just write what you're tasting. Try to be very focused on your taste buds, almost like a meditation process for your senses, because you're just focusing intensely on what you're tasting. And it'll be a lot of fun, but you'll also learn a lot about what you like and what you don't like in coffee. But cupping is kind of this great equalizer in coffee, because it has nothing to do with extraction method now. The coffee is all going to be the exact same, and you're also going to taste things like body. So for example, we describe body as palate feel. Is it heavy? Is it syrupy? What does it feel like on your palate? And it's very hard to get an accurate idea of palate feel, especially if you're using something like a paper filter, because the paper is taking away a lot of those insoluble materials that are going to give you palate feel. Sorry, I almost coughed there. So definitely cupping is a great equalizer, and it's going to give you kind of the entire sensory experience. You can smell it, you can taste it, you can get palate feel, and that's why we cup as an industry. So it's not necessarily a great way to brew coffee in general. Like I wouldn't expect you to cup coffee every morning and try to drink it like that. You're gonna, near the end, you're gonna get a lot of grounds. But if you're trying to actually taste coffee and actually have an understanding of what coffees you like, what coffees you don't like, cupping is a great place to start, because it's being brewed the exact same way and there's no other variables. There's no technique variables, there's no equipment variables. It's ground coffee and hot water in a cup. So anyways, I just wanted to make that quick video explaining why we cup as an industry and why you might want to cup some coffees at home too. So definitely stay tuned for our community cuppings that we're about to launch here at the roasting facility. Come through, cup coffee with us, try different stuff, learn about coffee. And until then, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.